Bush, December will be magic again. Thanks for your lovely positive comments, and thanks especially to my friend Christina Patterson for coming in and sharing them. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas with your loved ones, and Tina Dahealy will be here next week. Scott Mills is on his way now. It's Radio 2 with you all the way through the festive season. BBC Sounds app, smart speaker and 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 2 o'clock. This is Andrew Peach. The second strike by ambulance staff in England and Wales, planned for next Wednesday, has been postponed until January the 11th. The GMB union said it wanted to enable people to enjoy Christmas without additional anxiety. Rachel Harrison is the union's national secretary.
We've listened to what the public was saying, and we do recognise that they have got daily anxieties about the access to care. So our national reps met yesterday and we had a long conversation about what the right thing is to do. We're doing this for the public, so now the government need to do the right thing by the public too and speak to the unions on the issue of pay.
Separately, the Royal College of Nursing has said its members will walk out again in England on January the 18th and 19th unless the government reopens negotiations on pay by then. There are no plans for further nurses' strikes in Northern Ireland or Wales. In Scotland, talks between the Health Secretary and unions have ended in the past hour without a new pay offer for NHS staff. It's understood the Scottish Government will now impose its existing offer, which is worth an average of 7.5%. The Defence Secretary Ben Wallace has announced that there will be an additional daily payment of £20 for members of the armed forces providing cover for public services during strikes through the festive period. More than 1,000 military personnel have been trained in recent weeks to provide cover for ambulance trusts, the Border Force and the Fire and Rescue Services. 3 people have been shot dead and 3 others were injured in a gun attack in central Paris. A 69-year-old man has been arrested. Hugh Schofield is there.
Witnesses say the man drew out a handgun and started shooting. The attacker was overpowered by local people and then taken into custody by police, but he appears to have sustained injuries because he's being treated in hospital. French media are reporting that the attacker has been identified as the same man who slashed tents and injured 2 men with a sword while shouting anti-immigrant slogans at a migrant camp in Paris a year ago.
The latest official estimate says more than 1.4 million people in the UK had COVID-19 in the week ending December the 9th. That's the equivalent of 1 in 45 people. The Office for National Statistics says the number of cases was about 150,000 higher than in the previous week. Tens of millions of people across the United States and Canada are bracing themselves for what's forecast to be the coldest Christmas for 30 years. Temperatures are expected to plunge as low as minus 45 Celsius because of an Arctic storm. Major airports have cancelled thousands of flights. This Canadian couple became stranded in Toronto on their way to the Caribbean.
Our flight was delayed from Vancouver to Toronto, so we missed our connecting flight to St. Lucia.
And we can't get a flight home, even if we wanted to cancel our trip.
And that's the BBC News. It's 3 minutes past 2.
Thank you, Andrew. Here we go then. Friday afternoon, and it's our last show before Christmas.
Scott Mill, Radio 2.
Hi Scott, I'm Angela from Aberdeenshire. I was on my feet last night watching The Traitors. The whole series from the start was brilliant, but what a finale. Fantastic.
Wasn't it great, Angela? I was watching it through my fingers in the pub. Please start the show.
It's Friday, it's 2 o'clock, it's time for Scott Mills on Radio 2.